If you own a home, you probably have building and contents insurance. If you have a mortgage, it's probably a requirement. For most of us, our home is where we feel safe, where we feel most comfortable, where we raise our children, enjoy what makes life worthwhile, our family and our loved ones. It's where our most precious memories are made and where we keep our most valuable belongings, including items that remind us of loved ones lost. So it's natural that we want to insure our homes. They're our most valuable asset. We had building and contents insurance on the home that we loved. We trusted that if something horrible was to happen, that we'd be okay, that we'd have the money to rebuild whatever was lost. We never really thought a disaster would happen, but we had trust that if it did, we'd be okay. Well, in 2011, something horrible did happen. We lost our house and car and everything in them to a fire. In the months after the fire, we were subject to hours of interrogation, had to hand over months and months of phone, bank and internet accounts, and had to reveal the most personal and private details of our lives and the lives of people related to us to a company that reserves the right to share that information with others. They set an investigator on us who snuck around trying to dig up dirt from friends, neighbours and ex-employers. Debt weighed on us heavily in the months after the fire. The investigation dragged on for nearly 6 months and we didn't think that it could get any worse until our insurance provider dropped a bombshell and said they wouldn't pay. The mortgage provider gave us a month to pay out the mortgage. We lost the house and land and credit rating and everything that went along with them, including the ability to get insurance, and that was nearly 7 years ago. The insurance provider's own fire expert said a deep fry's thermostat had failed and that was how the fire started. No charges had ever been laid against us for anything, let alone anything related to the fire, yet they still won't pay. Getting them to pay, we've learned, is a matter of suing them for breach of contract in the courts, a process that costs upwards of $50,000. Most legal firms want that money deposited up front. The insurers know this, of course. They have millions in premiums in the bank to pay the best lawyers, while the policyholder is homeless, cashless, and devastated by their loss. It's the very definition of an uneven playing field. I worked hard to put the money together to fight, but a life-threatening illness in my family and a mother needing home care took priority. It was the insurance provider's own investigator who was the first person to tell us that the insurance companies know people often just give up. Imagine the financial benefit to them if just one policyholder gives up. Imagine that dozens of times. What about hundreds of times? That's just a fraction of our story, a story that saw a family who paid their premiums for decades financially ruined by their insurance provider. But this video is not about our story, it's about yours. We've heard from dozens of other people with similar stories. There are other people out there going through similar experience to us. Many in the legal profession have confirmed to us that the industry is like the Wild West of the financial services sector. And we've seen this confirmed in the Royal Commission, in parliamentary reports, in the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission reports, and in the reports of independent legal professionals. Yet despite all the recommendations made by these experts, these companies are still free to write their own rules on how claims are processed. Yeah, you heard that right. They are completely unregulated in how they process your claim. Our experience has shown us that under the current framework, the insurers can't always be trusted. That average homeowners are vulnerable to dodgy claims processing, and it's shown us that you are likely to be on your own at a time when you are most powerless. Is that insurance that you can trust? Does that sound like a family-friendly industry lending a helping hand to you and your loved ones? You and your family deserve better, and we want your help to change how the industry is regulated. If you've suffered as a result of the dodgy practices of these companies, we want to hear from you. If you work for them, or you have worked for them, and you have evidence of wrongdoing, we don't want you to break the law, but we do want to hear from you. See our whistleblowers link below. If you know of people who've been put through hell as a result of these companies, we want you to let them know about us. If you have an insurance policy, we want to help you make sure that when you need it, it's there. We need your support to lobby for a regulatory system where you don't just get the insurance that says it can be trusted, but you get insurance that can be trusted. If enough of us stand up and tell our stories and demand it, we can make a difference. Please like this. Give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, and above all, start a conversation about regulation in this industry. It's in your best interest.